Happy hump day and welcome to my YouTube channel, Kimona Therapy Rituals to Process Life. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Christina. I am a Reiki practitioner, a psychotherapist, and a personal support worker. So I started, this is the second half of a 3-part series to master your flow. And I'm going to be sharing 4 implementation tools that you can use to create a successful life. Now, the first series, I gave you 10 pieces of knowledge. Now, something that I want to share about that is knowledge is power, most definitely. But what we need to do when we gain knowledge, we integrate it to the point where maybe we integrate it to 20 or 30%. And what I mean by that is when that happens, we get a piece of knowledge and we're like, wow, I could really use that in my life. And then 2 weeks later, it just kind of gets forgotten. So in order to implement the knowledge that we have gained, what we need to do is we need to write it down. When we put things in black and white, we integrate it by 80%. And in the third part of this series, I'm going to be sharing tools to take action. So knowledge, implementation, and action. So if you've missed some of the 10 rituals to master your flow, go back and watch those videos. And if you want, even write them down in a book. I have my trusty journal that I write in all the time because I find, and what I've shared with my clients too when they do this, is that they have much more success in life. They integrate it and then they take the action. So the first tool that I want to share that can help you implement what you have learned to master your flow is, in order to implement things, we have to go backwards before we can look forward. And what I mean by that is all change is being honest with yourself. So if, let's say for an example, and I'll be honest here, in previous relationships, I did not have success. And as humans, we can kind of have a tendency to look to that individual to blaming and fault. But we have to be honest with ourselves. So if you want to have, and I've mentioned this before, a healthy, loving relationship, you want to sit down and you want to write down being honest with yourself of what went wrong. As an example, past relationships, and to learn from it. And when we write it down, we integrate it much, much stronger. And when you see it in black and white, it solidifies it. So to go forward, you have to look backwards. We don't want to ignore the past because the past can have a tendency to repeat itself. When we look at, let's say, an example of, and I'm just using just this one particular as an example, you see people who may repeatedly be in abusive relationships. They're not looking backwards. In order to change and shift something, we have to look at it. We have to write it down. All change is being honest with ourselves and, like I said, learning from it. So that is the first implementation tool that I highly recommend that you try. So if there's something in your life that is not going the way that you want it to master your flow and to implement it, again, knowledge is power. I gave rituals to process your life and to create a better year. But now you're going to want to write this stuff down. So even during these 4 videos, if you want to grab a pen and paper or a pen and a journal and sit down and write it down. So to go forward, we have to look backwards. All change is being honest with ourselves. So let's say, for an example, I'll give you one more example. When I shared the 10 things to master your flow, and audit your inner circle was the first one. So yeah, okay, watch the video. I need to audit my inner circle. I kind of already have an idea of who I need to audit, but I'm not sure how to audit it. And this is where you want to take this implementation tool, go backwards, sit down and write down that specific person, that relationship, what's not working. This gives you the opportunity to share it with that individual and have it fixed and things go better, or realize I really need to audit that, like get it out of my life. Another example, number 4, who is steering your ship? That was number 4's video, to master your flow. Sit down and be honest with yourself. Who's steering your ship? News, media, blah, blah, blah. Just write it down so you can see in black and white. Wow, I didn't really realize how much this particular person or this particular thing was steering my ship. And then learn from it. How can I change it? One more example. Solve bigger problems and have bigger breakthroughs. Write down your bigger problems. This is the implementation tool. Again, knowledge is power, implementation, black and white, and then taking the action to make change. So number 1, ladies and gentlemen, is to go forward, you have to look backwards, and all change is being honest with yourself and to learn from it, okay? I hope you take the time to do that. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. And like I had said, and I'll say it one more time, knowledge is power. It goes in about 40%, and 2 weeks later, we've forgotten about it. When we write it down, when we implement it, your capacity to retain it and to create lasting change increases to 80%. And then in the last part of the series, the third part of the series, is taking the action, and I guarantee you, your life is going to change. You're going to master your flow, because when we master the inner world, we master the outer world, okay? Thank you for watching. Again, like, comment, subscribe, and share. I will see you next Wednesday, hump day, with number 2. Take care. Blessings. Oh, I almost forgot. You can't forget this. Sorry. All right. Take care.